Welcome back to another episode. I'm really in a hyped up mood right now. The song that's really expressing how I feel right now is "Yeah, my name is Susie and Gucci think I love him. That sucker think I'm loyal, but I without her." Okay, so I want to get serious. Okay. So today's the day that I will be reviewing this book right here, Will, by the one and only Will Smith. Okay. Let me bring out my handy dandy notebook as well, because I wrote a little notes. For this episode, okay? And let me start off by saying this book really was not on my TBR list, to be read list. It was not a book that I necessarily was like, yeah, let me go get that Will Smith book. And y'all know I love a good autobiography now, okay? But I don't know, this just wasn't something that I was gonna pick out. But I was at Second and Charles one day, and this book happened to be on sale, and I was like, okay, cool, why not? Let's just go ahead and get the book, okay? So I decided to get it. This book, y'all, was 412 pages, and even though I was skeptical about getting this book, it really was a page turner. Like, once I started reading it, I was like, let's keep going. Let's see what happens next. So, let's get into it. So, as you may have guessed, this book is about Will Smith and his journey from growing up in Philly, being different, not being black enough, but also not being white enough, being the funny guy when he was growing up, becoming a rapper, becoming rich off being a rapper, then going broke, okay? Then going on a TV sitcom, Fresh Prince, becoming a movie star, becoming a husband, a father, getting a divorce, becoming a husband, and fathering more kids again, okay? And just his overall self-journey. And then the book kind of ends with him turning 50. I don't know how old Will Smith is right now, but that's kind of where the book ends. Let's see. Hey, Google, how old is Will Smith? So he's 55 right now, okay? So let me start by saying what I didn't know about Will Smith. And when I say this, please don't come for me. Don't come for me, baby, okay? Y'all, I did not know that Will Smith was a real deal rapper. I did not know that. I know he made that song, Summer, Summer, Summertime. That song, and he was on that Here Comes the Man in Black. That song too, but cause you know how sometimes famous people, they just get in the studio just for fun. I really thought that's what it was, because when he was a rapper, honestly, it was before my time. He was like, this was like the 80s, really, but I wasn't even born then. So I did not know Will Smith was a rapper, y'all, like a real deal rapper. Okay, and him and Jazzy Jeff, I knew his name like on Fresh Prince was DJ Jazzy Jeff, but I didn't know like they was a real deal hot commodity, baby. I did not know that. And let me just go over some of my favorite lines / quotes in the book. So this one came from his dad. His dad had wanted him and his younger brother, or his brother, to build this brick wall, okay? And the phrase that his dad told him was, don't be worrying about no wall. Your only concern is one brick. Because Will just felt like building this wall, baby, this is impossible. Okay. And his dad was just like, bruh, you worried about the wrong thing. You need to be worried about if you can lay this one brick, how you need to be laying it, not this wall. Okay. And I really felt that, because a lot of times in life, we think about the bigger picture. The bigger picture is, very important. But when you think about the bigger picture, sometimes it can overwhelm you. But baby, you just really need to focus on these small wins. Just stack these small wins up. And that bigger picture gonna eventually get there for you, okay? Another line that I like was, clarity of mission is a powerful cornerstone of success. And I definitely agree with that. You got to be clear on what you want. You really got to, because if you don't know what you want, how you going to be successful in getting it? Answer me that. Okay. Another one was, to place the responsibility for your happiness on anybody other than yourself is a recipe for misery. And I really heavily felt that. And I think one time I seen like Will Smith and his wife Jada talk about this. And this line was particularly from when they had separated in their marriage, and they was like, bro, you got to go figure out what make you happy. I got to figure out what make me happy, and let's bring that back together. And I feel like that is a very big thing in life. You got to figure out what makes you happy. Can't nobody else make you happy, okay? So I'm going to get into some interesting facts that I felt really intrigued me in this book. So during his time from Fresh Prince, so he was a rapper, then he went broke. And then so he started the Fresh Prince TV sitcom, and he was kind of very afraid of going back broke again. Okay. So he was so scared of failing that during like learning the lines in the script for the episode, he not only learned his lines, but he learned everybody else's lines, and he would actually mouth the lines of the other actors in the episodes. And he gave an example of season 1, episode 5. I believe it was with Don Cheadle was on the episode. And if you go back and watch it, and I really did, I pulled it up on YouTube and I went back and watched it, and he was really mouthing the words of other people's lines. And I felt that was really interesting. Like, it's something that if you was probably watching the show, like just not knowing this, you wouldn't have noticed that. You definitely wouldn't have. Another thing I felt that was interesting was he originally said no to Men in Black, and he said no to the Ali movie originally. Obviously, he did the movies, but for Men in Black, he felt like he had just did Independence Day and Bad Boys. So that was like a cop movie and like a alien movie, and he was like, I can't really do Men in Black because that's kind of the same thing I just kind of did with them 2 movies. But he was talking to him, obviously, and then Ali, he just felt like, it seemed like he didn't feel like he was worthy enough. Like he couldn't do it. So I felt like that was interesting. And another thing I want to talk about is, when did the character show true dedication? And I felt like he showed true dedication when, so his friend JL asked him, like, what is we doing? What's going on? What do you want to do in life? And Will said, I want to be the biggest movie star in the world. And from that moment on, he dedicated everything he had to becoming the biggest movie star in the world. And he studied like other movie stars, what it took for them to be as big as they were, and he did that. As y'all see, he had a lot of #1 movies, baby. Ways that I saw myself in this character. The main way I saw myself was when he talked about feelings. And it seemed like he was one of the people that, if I'm making sure you good, like your feelings matter, but they don't really matter. Okay, and I feel like I kind of have a little bit of that when it comes to feelings. Let me read y'all this, what he said about feelings, one excerpt out this book. Okay. I am fully prepared to die for my family, but no, I haven't always focused on their feelings. I don't trust feelings. Feelings come and go and change like the weather. You can't plan anything around them. And just because somebody feels something doesn't make it true. Just because your feelings are extreme doesn't mean that you're right. In fact, the more extreme your feelings are, the more likely it is that they're skewed. And I really felt that, because I'm really not like a feelings kind of person. And when it comes to other people's feelings, like, I'm more of like, it is what it is. Like, I understand you got feelings, but this is what it is. I'm working on it, okay? I'm working on it. A part of this book that I didn't like was when he was talking about his alter ego, which is Uncle Fluffy. And Uncle Fluffy, I don't know, I just didn't like the whole section about Uncle Fluffy being a people pleaser. It just wasn't given. Okay. Something that I want to explore beyond this book is when he talked about this ceremony. I don't know how to pronounce it. Ayahuasca ceremony. That could be wrong, y'all. Don't judge me, okay? And basically, it's a ceremony where you drink like this tea, and it gives you like an experience with yourself, where you go in your deep inner self. Like, I believe for him, he felt like he was missing something in life, and he just wanted to figure out, like, what am I missing? And so he went on this journey, and I feel like that may be something I want to look more into and possibly do it myself. Who knows? Okay. And a book that interests me that he mentioned in this book that I will put on my to be read list is the Tibetan Book of Living and Dying. And it was just interesting because when his father was dying, he kind of took what he learned from this book and used it for that moment. So that's definitely a book I'll probably read. I'll probably read that. Be on the lookout a little bit. Not too much though. Okay. And one of my main things that I really got from this book is really know yourself. Okay, like I said before, he separated from Jada at one point, and they really had to go figure out themselves. And I feel like that is very important, because sometimes people, if they get married, they have kids, they lose themselves. Like, they don't know themselves because you're so focused on other people and not yourself. And I feel like it's very important. Baby, you got to know yourself. Okay? You got to know yourself. So that was kind of my overall impression of this book. I really liked it. I enjoyed it. I would recommend you reading this book. And this message is for Will Smith. That thing that you pulled with Jada and Gigi and when the Jason's lyrics, baby, that wasn't funny. Y'all got to read the book to see what I'm talking about. My opinion, it was not funny. Okay? Yeah, but overall, definitely a great book. The cover, I really enjoy the cover of this book. The guy who actually made this cover, I believe I met him one time and I started following him on Instagram, and it was so cool to just see, like, one day he pop up with that he did the cover of this Will Smith book. So I thought that was really cool. So that was my synopsis of that book. let me let y'all in on the next book I will be reading. It is going to be I Hope You Fail by Pinky Cole. Pinky Cole, the lady who has the slutty vegan business. So we will get more into this on our next episode, our next reading episode, our next book review episode. And also, I hate when Barnes & Noble put these little stickers on here. But we're going to get it off. Don't worry. So that was it, y'all. I'm out. I'll see y'all next time. Holla at me.